So we are live, ladies. This is the Daily Dose of Light, and I'm coming to you this morning to prove to you that what we talked about almost 3 days ago, almost 72 hours ago now, actually works. I told everyone that a really good way to know that you have the power to bring anything you need into your life can happen if you merely just intend it. So the challenge was to write something down that you wanted, or to say something to the universe, such as bring me something, a wonderful surprise to prove to me you're listening, to prove to me that I have the power to be able to manifest great things in my life. So the two ladies that I have with me did exactly that. And I'm going to let them share their story right now so that you can be as amazed as I was. Okay. So which one of you want to go first, Kate or Alexandria?
Sure.
Kate, I'm going to go ahead and put you on speaker view. So Kate, what happened? Just tell us in your own words, where you saw the video, when you felt like doing it, and what happened afterwards.
Sure. So I saw the video on, sorry, my voice is a little froggy today. I saw the video on the Daily Dose of Light Facebook page. I think you put that up in the evening, but I didn't watch it till I was in bed for the night. So it was like 10 o'clock p.m. And I watched it, and it really resonated with me. And I thought I need to do this little experiment. But I was so comfortable in my bed. I was just cozy and already snuggled in for the night. But I kind of thought about what it was I would want to put out there in the universe. And I'm currently out of work because of COVID. So my husband, thankfully, is still working. And I thought it would be really great if he got a bonus check just to kind of help us get through this time. So usually he would, for his first quarter bonus, he would have found out before now. He would have found out, I think, by at the latest the 20th. And I think that video went up on the 22nd. So my husband just kind of thought, I'm not going to get one this quarter. It's fine. It's probably because of COVID. So I decided to write it down anyways and be hopeful. And I thought about writing it on my phone, and it just didn't feel right. So I was like, oh, I'll get my butt out of bed. I will go downstairs. I will get my journal, and I'll write this down, even though I don't feel like getting out of this bed. And I passed my husband in the hallway because he was coming from his office to come to bed. And he said, where are you going? And I said, I have to go write this thing down. So I went downstairs, got my notebook, I wrote it down. I said, I want Stephen to get a bonus check. And when I came back upstairs and went to bed, he was on his laptop in bed, and he said, well, what'd you have to write down? And I told him about the experiment and what I wrote down. I said, I wrote down that I hope you get a bonus check. And he said, I'm literally checking for that right now. Like, I'm logging into the portal to see if maybe they posted something. And I was like, that is weird timing. And sure enough, he got a bonus check. It had come through that right then, like that day. And it was like twice the amount that he had gotten for first quarter of last year. So we were like, wow, we really needed that.
Is that amazing? That is amazing. So cool. I mean, so basically you gave yourself 22 hours and I'm not 22 hours, 72 hours. And because of the belief, number one, that happened. Number two, it also happened because you felt drawn to do something, which a lot of people do. A lot of people feel drawn to act on something, but then they never actually act on it. Okay. We think about a lot of things. Sometimes we talk about a lot of things, but a lot of times, just because we think about it and talk about it, we somehow in our psyche, we feel we've done it. And really, truly, the stages of development for something coming into your life is to conceive it, believe it, achieve it. And I like to say conceive it, achieve it, believe it, because you'll believe it when you achieve it, right? So all three things you did, out of your comfort zone, you pushed yourself, you were drawn, you had this overwhelming, desire to go write it down so that it would start manifesting that night. So those 8 hours would count towards the 72 hours. I'm sure all this stuff was going through your head, right? Okay. Yeah. So it worked. That is just amazingly beautiful. And I had the benefit of, Kate was in one of my Reiki classes during the week. So we had the benefit of hearing about this beautiful story right when it happened. And I'm like, you got to come on the show. You've got to come on and be interviewed. This is amazing. So thank you so much, Kate. I'm so excited for you guys. That's amazing. And also, as a sidebar, I see, like I told you right before that we went live, that because of you doing personal training and doing a workout, anybody that wants to contact Kate, she's amazing. And she can help you find things creatively around the house if you don't have exercise equipment. So new a side gig for you, Kate.
Thank you.
It's COVID time. All right, awesome. Okay, so on to Alexandria. Alexandria, I don't even know your story. I just know you said something amazing happened. So I'm not even aware of what happened. So this will be the first time I hear it. So what happened with you?
All right. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
I guess I must have missed the post. I didn't catch your post. I think it was on Friday.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, geez, I better catch up. I need a couple daily doses. I think I was skipped 2 somehow.
Okay.
So I go through it and I read it. I says, okay, very good. I love this kind of stuff. Let's bring it, right?
Okay.
So I have to run some errands. I have to go to the pharmacy, things like that. I bring my partner, my now partner in crime, my daughter, Sophia, your namesake. We mirror each other beautifully for good and for bad. It's a work in progress. It's beautiful. And we're driving in the car. And I said, geez, I need to stop at the ATM. She found $100 bill on the train tracks, maybe 2 blocks from our house last week. So we think we're good at manifestation. This kid thinks it and it's instantly there.
Yeah.
So she's like, Mama, I want to put it into the account. So if I want something later, it's safe. I don't lose it. So I said, okay, before I go in and I go to the ATM, I said, this manifestation thing, this is what I really want to do and what I need to do. We need to get our stuff in order. We need to have enough money aside as a nest egg, not just, paycheck to paycheck. I'm not working now, but so there's a little bit of a space where you can breathe, right? And the support from a particular person who shall name nameless. He thinks that the government is now the baby daddy and doesn't have to send money. So that has stopped. So I thought, okay, universe, here we go. So I said, all right, I need for things to come through. We need to have a nest egg. I'm going to go put this money into the ATM. And as I get up there, I say, let me check the balance. Because as I had last checked, there was maybe $13.37 in there. I checked. I have never gotten the earned income tax credit because they have always taken it for my student loans. I'm a perpetual student. I've always been in school. And they always garnish the earned income tax credit. I have a bunch of children. That's close to $3,000. I go to the ATM and the balance said over $4,000.
Oh my goodness.
It must have been the earned income tax credit. It must have been the advance, the stimulus check,
right.
all rolled into one. And I had a smile from ear to ear. Like I burst into like tears of joy, but here I am at the ATM and I'm trying not to act, like a crazy woman.
Right.
And I printed up the receipt twice because I didn't believe it. And I put it in my pocket and I got into the car and I said, life is so beautiful. I explained to her what had happened. And she says, yeah, I've been feeling that things are really different. Things are easy now. We have flipped into a timeline now. It like been ushered into it through like no effort. It was such a struggle before. And now things are easy. Things are effortless. Things are just happening. It's it's your 72 hours. I did that in the car, walking up to the ATM. That was not 72 hours. That's instant manifestation.
And it can happen. That's what's so beautiful about this whole process is that it can be instantaneous when we believe it with all our heart and soul. Now, just think about what you just said, and I want to review your words. It was such a struggle before, and now it's easy. So what I'm going to go further with my challenge for you and with Sophia is when you hear yourself say the word struggle, say it's challenge, okay? And say now everything is, you're in the flow, because you're in the flow. You both of you have done a lot of work mentally, emotionally, physically on different things in your life. And you actually have done the work. You're not just talked about it, you're doing the work. So when you do the work, that action, it's almost like lighting a fuse. The thought and the words are the powder keg. Okay. But your action is the lighter that makes it happen. Okay. And this is what
it brings it into the 3D.
Right. Because we have to take responsibility for it. And we can't sit on the couch eating bonbons waiting for our life to come. Right. It very rarely happens. You know, you need somebody. Only on you know, sitcom TV shows does somebody come knocking on the door and go, here, this, you know, $1 million check for you, or whatever. So we do have to take action. Two beautiful stories. Again, I didn't know yours, but wow, both involving money. The third story that I heard almost immediately was the next day in Reiki class. Another Reiki person who watched the Daily Dose the night before has a grandson who she hadn't heard from in a couple days, and that's not typical because she usually hears, you know, every day from him. And she just had a bad feeling that something had gone wrong at the house. Her daughter had passed away many years ago when the little boy was 2. And so he's living with his dad. And, you know how, you know, when you get to those teenage years, there's a little bit of angst, and he's, I think, 10 or 11 now. So we're getting into that age where independence is coming. So she just had a bad feeling. So she, right before the morning gathering of Reiki class, she wrote down the meditation, what she wanted. She wanted to hear from him, make sure everything was okay. We came out of our morning gathering, took a break, and she opened her cell phone because she had texted to see if everything was okay. Again, she took action. She wrote it down. She took action, and she had been texting, but nothing had been answered. No calls had been answered. No text from the dad or the son. But after she wrote it down and after she believed it was going to happen, within a half an hour, she got a call. She had missed a call with a message saying, you know, everything's okay, but they were into a little bit of fight. The phone was taken away, but everything's okay. So you see, therein lies the issue. It can happen with anything you want in your life. It's not just about money. It's just not just about contacting people. It's anything you want to achieve. You can do it. And these two beautiful women are proof that it can happen. So I thank both of you for coming on. I look forward to many, many, many other beautiful stories. Remember, you can repeat this as much as you want, okay? So I can see you guys sitting in this house of treasury, like the kings of old with their treasure house. Whatever it is you want, you can achieve, okay? So again, thank you so much for coming on. Everyone else, love for you to do the challenge. It's never too late to start the challenge. You can start it at any time. You can do it over and over again, like I said. So remember, conceive it, achieve it, and then you'll believe it. Okay. But remember, with all your heart and soul, know that you have the power. And when you know, anything is possible. So I leave you all in the deepest peace and love. Again, ladies, thanks for coming on. Everyone, thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day. All my love. Ciao. See you, ladies. Bye.